Hi. Our next book about first grade is called On Our Way to First Grade, and it's by Kate Howard. Before I begin to read you this book, I want you to realize that things are going to be a little different in first grade than they were last year. As you know, things have been very different in the world right now, and that's why we haven't been in school together. That's why you're home with your parents. That's why many of your parents haven't been to work. That's why so many people are wearing masks on their face and washing their hands and cleaning the area, because there is a virus and we all have to make sure we stay safe and that we don't catch the virus or give the virus to anybody else, like a bad cold. So as we read this book, I might tell you a little bit about some of the things that may be different next year in first grade, but maybe not for the whole year. Maybe a little after you get back to school, maybe things will be back to normal again. But I can't tell you that for sure. Ben is in kindergarten. He will be in first grade soon. Ben is sad. He will miss his kindergarten friends. Welcome to the last day of kindergarten. Today is the last day of kindergarten, said Mrs. Green. No, Ben says. What is wrong, Ben? Asks Miss Green. I do not want to go to first grade, Ben says. I will miss you. I will miss you too, Miss Green smiles, but you will love first grade. Ben is not sure. What if first grade is hard? Ben helps Emma put away books. Will we read books in first grade? Asks Ben. You will read lots of books in first grade, says Miss Green. Fun new books about sharks and pirates. I can tell you that the four of you will have read many, many more books before you get to first grade than the children you will be meeting in school, because most of them will just be beginning to learn to read, and you guys are fantastic readers. Ben and Jack clean the art table. Will we do art in first grade? Asks Ben. Yes, you will do art in first grade, says Miss Green. Fun new projects, maybe with clay or paint. And I'm sure you will be getting to do projects in first grade. Will we eat lunch in first grade? Ben asks. Yes, you will eat lunch in first grade. New foods and yummy old foods too. Before this virus or bad cold came into this world, usually in first grade, the children ate in a big, big room called a cafeteria. And you could either eat there with the food that you brought from home in your lunchbox, or you could purchase food. That means buy food with money that you brought in from home. This year, or at least the beginning of the year, most cafeterias will remain empty, and a lot of children will be eating at their desks in school. This is because we can't have big crowds of people all in one space, because we do not want to spread the germs. Ben and Gavin take pictures off the window. Will we play outside in first grade? Yes, you will play outside in first grade, says Miss Green. Fun new games like soccer and kickball. Now, I hope you will be getting outside a lot in first grade, but I can't tell you how they're doing it, or if they have a playground, or if everybody can be outside at the same time. But you probably will get to go outside. Ben looks at his friends. Will there be friends in first grade? There will be friends in first grade, says Miss Green. New friends and old friends too. Now, for most of you, they will be new friends. I know Lila will be going to a school that is not in this area, and Livy will be going to a school that is not in this area. Maverick will be going to a new school, and Liam will be going to a new school. And I'm sure you'll make new friends in the schools that you go to. Last fall, Ben was worried about kindergarten. Now he knows kindergarten is super. Maybe first grade will be super too. Kids, we had a great year, says Miss Green. Now you're ready for first grade, but first it's time for our kindergarten party. This part of the book makes me a little sad, because if it wasn't for the germs and the virus, we would have all been together and had a wonderful kindergarten graduation. Your families would be there, and the teachers would be there, and we could all tell you how so proud we are of you. But I will take this opportunity to tell you now, I am so proud of you. A party, said Ben. Ben loves parties. Will we have a party like this in first grade? Yes, you will have parties in first grade, but this is a special party because it only happens in kindergarten. Ben is curious. What's so special about this party? This is your stepping up party. After this party, you will be in first grade. Ben walks across the bridge and his friends cheer. Then the class sings a special song. Ben is happy. He's learned a lot in kindergarten. And now he knows he will learn even more in first grade. I know each and every one of you will do wonderfully in first grade. You're going to be ahead of all the children that you're in school with. You've done wonderfully in kindergarten. You all are so kind and so friendly. You're going to have so many friends, and you're going to learn so many more new things. And maybe you'll even be able to help some other children with some areas that they might not be as far ahead in as you are. Our other first grade book is called Oh My Ginny Fry, First Grade Trouble. Now, we had a mascot, of course. We had Taco. But Taco was not one that we had to feed and walk and clean its cage or take care of it. This first grade class has a real live mascot. Chapter 1. I like to run, I like to jump, I like to climb, I like to sail paper airplanes high in the sky, but I can't do any of that today. Today I have to go to school. This morning after breakfast, I told Mom I don't always have to go to school. Mom smiled her mom's smile and said, "Oh, yes, you do." So here I am, sitting in the third seat in the first row next to the coat closet in class 1-11. Boring. I take out my crayon box and I pour my crayons all over my desk. The colors are very bright. Mom brought me the bright and bold box for school. I pick up grass green. I think of the park. Lemon yellow is the sun. Navy blue is the water in the lake. Brick red is the boat I'm sitting in. Ginny has a very good imagination, and she's drawing a beautiful picture. I'm rowing across the lake, faster, harder, faster, harder. I pass the sunset orange box. I pass the bark brown boat. I pass the snow white boat. I pass the purple pizzazz boat. I make it to the other side in no time at all. I'm the winner. Yay for me. Look at the beautiful picture Ginny drew. Regina, Regina, Regina. She's standing over my desk. My teacher is shouting. I immediately leave the park and the lake and my boat behind. Am I in trouble, I wonder? Regina, I'm taking attendance, Miss Harley says. Please answer when you hear your name. I look up at her. I look up and up and up. Miss Harley is very tall. She's taller than Mom. Okay, I say, I will answer when I hear my name. I like this game. Regina, Miss Hurley says again, looking straight at me. I wonder why she keeps saying the word Regina. I wait. I wait until I hear my name. Miss Hurley waits. I wait. Silence. Neither of us says a word. Now this game is boring. Regina, Miss Hurley yells very loudly. She glares at me. Why are you calling me that name? I ask. My name is Ginny. Everyone calls me Ginny. Everyone except, of course, my aunt, who calls me Gigi. All the kids in my class think this is funny. Some giggle, some titter, some snigger, some chuckle, and one boy laughs very loudly. Miss Hurley does not giggle, titter, snigger, chuckle, or laugh loudly. Miss Hurley just sighs. Regina is your real name, she says. Excuse me. It's in your official school record. Ginny must be your nickname. But Ginny is what everyone calls me, I explain again. Everyone except, of course, my aunt who calls me Gigi. Mrs. Hurley says, and lets out an even bigger sigh. I guess we'll call you Ginny too. Yay for me. Miss Hurley walks to the back of our classroom. She's carrying a large, colorful poster with a big wheel on it. She hangs the poster on the bulletin board. We all turn around in our chairs and watch her. Class, Miss Hurley says, this is our job wheel. When I call out a job that you'd like to have, please raise your hand. Everyone is excited. Okay, first job, Miss Hurley says, is chalkboard monitor. I raise my hand high. Dustin and Jody raise their hands too. Oh, pick me, I shout. Miss Hurley chooses Dustin. He will erase the chalkboard at the end of every day. I sit back in my chair and I sulk. I feel bluer than my midnight blue crayon. Next is paper monitor, announces Miss Hurley. I raise my hand higher than I did before. Alice raises her hand. Bond raises his hand. I stand on my chair and I wave my hand even higher. Does that look like a good idea, guys? Miss Hurley picks Bond. She doesn't even look at me. Miss Hurley calls out more jobs. I raise my hand. I shout, pick me, pick me. I stand on my chair. I stand on my desk. I jump up and down in the aisle. But Miss Hurley doesn't choose me for any job. Then Miss Hurley says, last job. Who would like to be our bird monitor? You will have to feed Rocky every morning and make sure he has water at the end of the day. I don't like birds. I don't like their beaks. I don't like their beady eyes. I don't like their feathers. And I don't like the sound their wings make when they fly. Birds scare me. Even if Rocky is canary yellow, I do like that color crayon. There's Rocky. I sit quietly at my desk. I don't raise my hand. I don't shout out. I don't stand on my chair. I don't stand on my desk. I don't jump up and down in the aisle. Ginny, Miss Hurley says, I see you're behaving yourself now. Since you don't have a job, you can be our bird monitor. But, I start to say, too late. Miss Hurley has just written my name on the job wheel. I don't want to be the bird monitor. Too bad for me. Do you all realize why Ginny wasn't chosen for any of the other jobs? Because instead of sitting there quietly raising her hand, like the other children in her class, she was screaming and yelling, pick me, pick me. She was standing on her chair. She was standing on her desk. Not a good idea. So then, when she didn't raise her hand because she didn't want the job, it was the only job left. And Ginny was chosen to be the bird monitor. Time to go outside, Miss Hurley announces, and she takes us to the school playground. I love to run. I love to jump. I love to skip. I love to climb. But today is not a good day. I do not want to be the bird monitor. I sit down on the bench in the schoolyard. I put my head in my hands. The boy who laughed the loudest this morning sits down next to me. He puts his head in his hands, too. I guess he is not happy either. What's your name? I ask. Spike, he mutters. What kind of name is that? I ask. My name, he answers. Is it your real name? The one that's on your official school record? I ask. No, but it's what everyone calls me. Everyone except Miss Hurley. She calls me Brian because that's the name that's on my official school record. So why did you tell me your name is Spike? I ask. And there she is, sitting there talking to Spike. And there's the other children who are a lot happier than they are, all playing on the playground. You see, he explains, I have a brother named Matt and a stepbrother named Matt. So one day my stepdad called a family meeting and said, we can't have two Matts in the same house. So I'm going to call out some nicknames. When you hear one you like, tell me. Okay, who wants the name Spike? I liked the name Spike, so I shouted I want it. I jumped up and down, I stood on my chair, I waved my arms in the air. But he's at home, he's not in school. My stepdad said, Brian, you're not the one who needs a nickname. This meeting is over. My brothers laughed at me, but I was happy. I told my brothers, my mom, and my stepdad that I wanted to be called Spike from now on. I say, can I call you Spike too? Yup, he agrees. You're just like me, I smile. Yay for us. So it looks like Jenny has a really great new friend named Spike. Spike and I both put our heads back in our hands. What's wrong with you? I ask. This is a no good, very bad day for me, he says. For me too, I tell him. Why is it bad for you? I don't want to be the plant monitor, he said. Plants make me sneeze. Plants make me wheeze. Plants don't do anything. Plants are boring. So I guess Spike was chosen as the plant monitor. I stand up tall on the bench. I jump up and down. I spring off it. I shout, me too, me too. I don't want to be the bird monitor. I don't like birds. I don't like their beaks. I don't like their beady eyes. I don't like their feathers. And I don't like the sound their wings make when they fly. Birds scare me. We both put our heads back in our hands. Too bad for us. Suddenly, I look at Spike and I grab his hand. We jump off the bench together. We fly into the school building. We run into our classroom. We race to my desk. I pour my bright and bold crayons all over it. Pick a color, I say. Spike chooses neon carrot orange. I choose electric lime green. I grab his hand again. We dash to the job wheel at the back of the room. Uh-oh. What do you think? Ginny and Spike are going to do. I don't think it's going to be anything good. Wait, Spike yells, what are you doing? I don't want to get into trouble. Don't worry, I tell him, we won't get into trouble for this. I raise my electric lime crayon up to the job chart. Ginny? Brian? What are you doing? Miss Hurley shouts as she walks into the room. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Too bad for us. I start to speak very quickly. This happens when I get nervous. You see, I say to Miss Hurley, Spike and I don't like our jobs. We want to switch them, and we're going to change our names on the... She wanted to switch them. Spike interrupts and points at me. Whoa, Miss Hurley says, slow down. First of all, who is Spike? I am, says Spike. Brian is my name on my official school record, but everyone calls me Spike. There they are, getting caught by Miss Hurley. Miss Hurley lets out a deep sigh. You too, she says to Spike. You also want to be called by your nickname in our class? Yes, please, says Spike. Miss Hurley doesn't say anything. Finally, she looks at me and asks, what were you going to do to my job wheel? We were going to switch our names on it. I want to be the plant monitor and Spike will take care of Rocky. He thinks plants are boring and birds scare me. I say all in one breath. She was going to switch the names on the job chart, Spike says again. I don't think Miss Hurley was very happy with the fact that they were sneaking, and it was Ginny's idea. Whoa, slow down, Miss Hurley says. Okay, first, Brian, I will call you Spike in our classroom from now on. Spike smiles. I smile. Next, Miss Hurley continues, Spike, you can be the bird monitor. Ginny, you can be the plant monitor. But next time, come to me first. Let's talk before you do something that might get you into trouble. Miss Hurley is the best teacher ever. She even lets us change our names on the job wheel. Spike goes first. He crosses out my name and writes his with his neon carrot orange crayon. I do the same with my electric lime green crayon. We both thank Miss Hurley. Then we smile at each other. This is going to be a good school year. Yay for us. So Ginny made a new best friend, Ginny and Spike. Not Regina and Brian. Ginny and Spike. And that's the last first grade story I'll be reading, but that gives you an idea that first grade is going to be terrific, and you're going to make some very special best friends too. Have a wonderful summer. I will miss you terribly, and when things are better in the world, please come visit. I love you guys. Take care and stay well.